a heartwarming record of the chirping birds in the woods. In the small woods behind the village lived a tiny sparrow, and everyone called her Chirp Chirp. She has a coat of brownish feathers with a hint of light grey on the tips of her wings. When she flies, she looks like a flexible little leaf, and her chirping is particularly clear and can be heard far in the woods. Every morning, Shoo Shoo would jump around among the branches, looking for sweet berries for breakfast and greeting his friends in the woods at the same time. That early morning, Shoo Shoo had just pecked at a bright red berry when she heard a soft woo cry. It was a little mushroom named Duadvu that had just emerged from the soil. It was too short to see the distant sunlight and was afraid of being stepped on by a passing rabbit, so it hid in the grass and dared not show its head. Juju quickly flew to Duadwo's side and gently touched its umbrella cover with its wings. "Don't be afraid, I'll take you to find the sunshine." She flew ahead, shouting as she flew, guiding Duadwa towards the open space at the edge of the woods, where the sun was the brightest and no little rabbit had passed by yet. Duadwa moved slowly, following Juju's chirping, and finally caught the warm sun. She shook her umbrella cover at Juju and said, "Thank you, Juju. Your cries are more effective than a small flag. I'm no longer afraid of getting lost." In the morning, as the sun rose slowly, Shoo Shoo was resting on the locust tree when she saw the little squirrel Lely holding a pine cone. While jumping among the branches, she accidentally sprained her ankle and the pine cone fell into the bushes under the tree. Lely was in so much pain that she couldn't go down to pick it up. Shoo Shoo quickly flew down, picked up the pinnacone with his pointed little mouth, and slowly flew to Lely's side. "Lely, don't worry, your pinnacone is here." Lely took the pinnacone and wagged her big tail at Shoo Shoo, saying, "Thank you, Shoo Shoo. Your little mouth is more agile than my claws. Thank you so much." At noon, a group of naughty children came to the woods, wanting to catch a few little bugs to play with. It would be a disaster if they stepped on the newly sprouted saplings. Shoo Shoo quickly flew up into the woods, chirping loudly and flying towards the direction of the young saplings, as if to remind everyone. Hearing chirping, the children followed its figure and saw the tender green saplings. They quickly moved around and waved at chirping, saying, "The little bird is so smart. We won't step on the saplings anymore." In the afternoon, dark clouds suddenly drifted from the sky, and it seemed that it was about to rain. Shoo Shoo thought of the little ants Guo Guo and his family living under the tree roots. They were still outside carrying breadcrumbs. If they got wet from the rain, it would be a big problem. Shoo Shoo quickly flew to Guaguo's side, shouted in the direction of the ant nest, and picked up a small piece of breadcrumbs and flew towards the ant nest. Guaguo understood Shoo Shoo's meaning and quickly led his friends to carry the breadcrumbs back to the ant nest. As soon as they entered the hole, raindrops began to fall with a drip-drip sound. Guagu poked his head out of the hole and shook his antennae at Juju. "Thank you, Juju. Your reminder came more timely than raindrops." In the evening, the setting sun dyed the woods orange red. Shushu was sitting on the highest branch, surrounded by duo, la, and guaguat. They were sharing sweet berries and pine cones. Shushu pecked at the berries, looking at the smiling faces of her friends. Her wings flapped gently, and her heart felt warm. Suddenly, she felt that her little wings were not only for flying, but also could help Duo find sunlight, help Lele pick pine cones, remind children, and give Guo messages. It was much happier than looking for food alone in the woods. It turns out that even a tiny bird can, with its own flexibility and enthusiasm, become a little guard in the forest, bringing safety and happiness to every friend. When the moon rose, Choo-Choo was still chirping gently on the branches, her clear voice wafting through the quiet woods, as if singing a lullaby to her companions. The forest was quiet, with only the rustling of leaves in the wind. Because of the chirping, this forest became more and more lively and warmer. Such days were sweeter than sweet berries and more beautiful than nimble little wings.